It's Madden NFL 24, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals, and it comes your way next.
But if you're going to play football in Arizona, a dome and air conditioning, those are two good things to have, and we've got both here at State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yeah, it's a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And we are underway from Glendale. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Now a 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Murray now to throw. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Murray a give. This is Conner. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Conner going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Here's Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, a chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Hubbard. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Connor going to get it again on second down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. Nothing after one on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38 as they've got it as we resume action. They'll run on first down. Benson. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Benson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Connor on the toss left side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Off the play fake, Young. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. And here comes Dortch on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
3rd and 12. Here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. And that forces a 4th down situation. Here's Blake Gillikin now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's Zayvon Collins into the backfield with ease and making the stick.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Here is Young. Open man, that's Renfro. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Young. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Now Young. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, and his throw is going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Young on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
On the return, Dortch. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Murray. Wide open receiver, complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Murray now. And his pass incomplete.
Yeah, give that man a round of applause, but that's what safeties do well. Read, diagnose, and make plays. How about him racing into the backfield to help swat that one away?
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. And his throw is incomplete. Trey McBride the target on that throw, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a hole. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance. Play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This a 27-yard attempt here. Prater's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you on out, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Check pink. Check white.
Young to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. The play fake. Now Young. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's taken down inside the 30. A give up the middle. Hubbard to about the 26 here.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blues guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Right?
Out of the gun, it's Young. Back to Renfro again, complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Hubbard will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go play action. Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back.
Back now here on EA Sports. This 2nd and 4. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That one. James. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, after...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Following the interception, Young. A pass complete downfield to Renfro. Touchdown, Carolina. Hunter Renfro, 43 yards. And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter. winning is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The throw down the field caught by his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Murray now on first down. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he's brought down. So from Panther territory now, it's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first and 10, here's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw, it's Murray. And he's going to go down again. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. DJ Waddle in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Murray's got to have this one. He sets to fire deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the handoff, running left is Hubbard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. Down the left sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 120 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Come back.
Play fake. Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.